Welcome to Rio de Janeiro. Today I am taking you into one of the city's many favelas. There's over 850 here in Rio de Janeiro. So favela is an informal, unofficial neighborhood. These were not built or planned by the city government officials. They, in fact, actually tap into the local water and electricity, stealing it and actually passing those costs onto the official neighborhoods in the more posh areas like Copacabana, for example. So the favelas have a reputation for being quite dangerous. They're rife with crime, with drugs, even with murder. Today we're going into Rocinha, which is one of the safer favelas in Rio de Janeiro. We're with my buddy Guilherme. You can't go into these places without a local guide. You need a local guide. So if you ever want to experience this yourself, real for fun, you can go up into the favelas and experience it for yourself. So we're going to be seeing how the people live here in Rocinha. You know, they're regular people, they're working class people, some of the greatest minds, some of the brightest artists, football players, and of course cooks. So we're actually going to be cooking Brazil's national dish, Feijoada. We're going to be seeing everything. There's going to be some things I can't show you. There's going to be a lot of things I want to show you. It's going to be a crazy one, guys. So we're going to jump on some motorbikes, head up the hill into Rocinha. You can see it back there. It's going to be crazy. Let's do this, guys. You really have to hold on. This is a steep hill and already a crazy experience. We're just rolling through town here. All three of us, 3 bikes. Woo! All right. I already got it. Holy smokes. That was crazy. All right, we just made it to the top of the hill. Incredible view. Wow, beautiful view. You got Christ the Redeemer up there, Sugarloaf, Ipanema, and Leblon, where we were staying. This is our local guy here, Piloto.
Toma aí hoje, hein? Hoje tu é com os cria, hein?
This is the guy you want to come with.
Com direito a feijoada, de cria.
We're gonna be eating some feijoada. I'm looking forward to it. Can you tell me about like how we were talking about why is the favela up on the hill?
It's just because, you know, the construction, civil construction in the 30s.
In the 30s.
Yeah, so we need people to help the construction companies to build the buildings, right? Mm-hmm. And then, you know, there are a lot of migrants from other parts of Brazil, especially northeast of Brazil, looking for, you know, better condition of life, mm-hmm. right? So that's how it started. But it started way down to like around 1880, the first one. This one is from the 30s.
So basically they're migrants from other states of Brazil that came here to build the city.
Bro, the majority of the people are not from Rio.
Right. And then it was way too expensive to live down there.
Exactly.
I mean, there's $1 million mansions on the hills here.
Yeah, in the same time, man, we had some governments that they were like silent, you know, they're like, hey, as long as you vote on me, I allow you to build the houses in the hill.
Hush, hush.
Yeah.
So they basically built these communities up the hill, and you know, you're right next to the downtown Rio. You're right next to the, I mean, like the main area of Rio, but it's a totally different vibe.
You're right next to like one of the richest neighborhood in Rio, Leblon and Gávea.
Yeah.
And man, Americans usually when they come here, they say it was supposed to be the opposite, right? Like Fletcher Hills, like a condo, like a luxury condo, right?
Yeah.
And they don't understand. And most of the time, and the houses are located in the top of the hill because they have like the privileged view of the entrance and exit of the favela. So they know when the police coming or when another drug gang is coming, right?
So they're pushed right up against the jungle here, and then you've got the vantage point. So if anything goes down, you've got an exit point out the jungle.
And this is all the green zone, right? So we're not allowed to build, but they build anyway. But now they're like a law that they try to protect it, and if they know if there's any illegal construction, they put it down, the building, right? And as you see, this favela built vertical. Because there's no more room to build, right?
I felt it on the way out.
So it's all vertical.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Even if they want to build a house or a building, it's always vertical.
Right. Yeah, we did have to pay 10 reals to come up here, per person to come up here, and then another for the bike.
Yeah, it's kind of like an admission fee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you see, like right there in 5 minutes, like $10 almost, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Easy money. Guilherme has been telling me that it's actually safer to have your valuables out in Rocinha anyway, in the favela, because you will actually be punished much more severely by the narcos and the drug lords if you get caught stealing in the favela, like really bad stuff. And in Copacabana, where all the tourists are, the police are the only people you can rely on, and apparently you can't rely on them at all. So it's actually better here in the favela in terms of safety when it comes to robbery and whatnot. So we just got quite the show here in Rocinha. These kids actually make a living doing this, going down into the popular parts of the city, the busy parts of the city, and dancing out in the street. And apparently they can make a pretty good money, eh?
Bro, pretty good money.
Yeah?
Yes.
I mean, they're talented. That's awesome.
I was impressed with the girl's skill.
Yeah,
she
she's
did
awesome.
really good, man.
So cool.
So this we call the little steps, called passinho.
The little steps.
Yeah, little steps.
Cool, guys. That was awesome.
We're here at the studio of a famous Brazilian artist, raised and born in Rocinha, named Wark. Favelas have a bad reputation, a lot of shooting, crime.
Yeah.
And man,
The reality, though.
the reality is that all beautiful people, smiling people, talent people, hard work people. Most of the soccer players come from the favela.
Right.
All the black artists, like celebrities, actors, singers, come from the favela. And the idea of art is to make a colorful environment. And he decided to create a character which is an angel, right? So we're in the sky now. We're in a peaceful, colorful place, right?
You would never expect to see a place like this. It's so cool, like so colorful, so bright. Beautiful air conditioning in here too. And this is a very talented artist from Rocinha. Let's check out some of his works. It's just all over the wall here.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show them what we bout. Stick around with me, hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud. What they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Ay, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center.
So you feel like you're in the clouds, right?
Well, now you do.
Yeah, in a peaceful place and a lot of angels, very colorful.
So cool.
So that's the meaning, right, bro?
Yeah.
Like for you to have this sensorial experience.
Yeah, I gotta try. Okay, I gotta try this out for myself.
Você quer mais?
Pula, piloto, tem que pular, tem que pular. Pula aí, piloto. Tá muito quente, pula. So cool.
So it's like an art gallery concept. His art is so colorful too. It's really, really cool. I mean, all these characters, but also he's got some of the favela and some of the famous sites from Rio, the Christ the Redeemer. Piloto's getting in with next.
Yeah, you know what's a cool thing, man? You see his art on the street, right?
Pra cá, Henrique, vocês passamos aqui.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's a big guy.
Acabei com
Picked up a little memory for our trip to Rocinha. Support the local artists here. So much good work. This one is beautiful. I love it. Christ the Redeemer. You got the favela. That's awesome. So something you'll notice here in Rocinha is the power line situation. It's a rat's nest. It is crazy. So they're tapped into the city's grid, but they're not paying anything for it. In fact, actually the residents of the more richer neighborhoods like Copacabana, for example, are paying higher fees because the favela is stealing all the electricity. In fact, that's not only happening with electricity, but also with the water as well. So they tap in, and there's nothing the police can do about it because the police cannot come into this neighborhood.
Yeah, like it's nothing. Ay, earn my respect and burn a budget. Tears falling down, underdog is finally overcoming, baby. Yeah, I'm dropping buckets. Drop some cash for me, don't worry about my past for me. I'm driving with no gasoline, it's life I live's a fantasy. Yeah, I do this for my dogs on my day.
So there's over 850 of these favelas in Rio de Janeiro alone, and they're kind of controlled by different narco groups, which often fight it out in the streets of the favelas. But this one, Rocinha, is particularly safe, as I was saying. It's actually controlled by the biggest one. So, so far we feel comfortable enough to walk the streets, get our cameras out. But like I said before, you gotta come with Guilherme and Piloto. Okay, we got a little sidetrack, but we've made it to the barbecue spot, and there is meat on the grill. Nice.
I make this motherfucker bad. Coolie suelta, media loca, baila choca. I make this motherfucker bad. Rebelde y grites, gangale, bandidos en la noche, yo que mando aquí. Ven acá, suelte mami, así me gusta sofocar. 7 copas, una juca tequila.
So we've got a beautiful barbecue right in the middle of Rocinha here, and we've got 2 different cuts of beef. One is the picanha, and the other one,
Contra filé.
the contrafilet.
Yeah, it's the one next to the filet mignon, right?
And how much does this cost?
Well, with the side orders, $6.
$6. And this is
Yeah.
a steak, like beautifully cooked steak, French fries, all kinds of sides. Let's go in for a piece of the contrafilet here with a little bit of that onion salsa.
I like the with the fat on the side.
So juicy. Look at the juice on the bottom of the plate. Look at that. Oh my god, that's so good. Like absolutely no compromise here in the favelas. That is awesome.
Eat some with the farofa and the sauce.
Really, guys, that's so good.
Yeah, so
Like
juicy.
that's honestly on par with the all-you-can-eat 5-star place that costs like $400 for 4 people, and this is like $6 for 4 people. It's
always
just
say
as good. Always with the cassava flour, which is such a interesting thing to have with steak, but honestly it does add a lot of texture, and I'll try a piece of the picanha with the fat there.
Yes. Love it.
Really good.
It's a must, man. You know?
Really good, man.
You come to Rocinha, you have to come here.
Honestly, this might be my favorite meat
Yeah, if
of the
you're
trip.
a food lover, food enthusiastic, bro, visiting this community, you have to eat his food.
Yeah. Like we were saying earlier, some of the best cooks, some of the best chefs are coming out of the favelas
Exactly.
here in Rio, working at 5-star hotels, cooking for diplomats and
True.
celebrities. Really nice meat. I love it with this kind of salsa. Nice and salty, and also, you know, this is $6. But then you've also got $1 million view included
Exactly.
with your steak. Like this
Yes.
view is stunning over the city. This restaurant would cost 10, 20, 30 times more if it was in Copacabana.
Exactly.
Or one of the more, you know, touristic parts of the city. Look at
That's
this view.
real. That's how we drink here.
Yeah? No.
So he told me that they eat pasta with black bean ears. So I'm gonna try it. A little bit of that.
I told you.
Is it a good combination?
That's so good. Wow. Weird. That's so weird. That's so good. Yeah. Wow. But I have to give it to the steak though. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think it tastes better than all you can eat. Because I think I like it like not too medium rare. I like it like this, like medium.
Here, we got some flan for dessert. Flan, right? Yeah. Right, Ben. Let's try it out. Really good. Really, really good. Oh, yeah. Okay, we just hopped in a bus. We're heading back up the hill. It's really like a steep hill, so you definitely don't want to be doing too much walking. So either motorcycle or this little bus that we jumped on here. Full of locals.
Yeah.
Okay, this is us.
Valeu, cara. Obrigado.
Meu orgulho de ser soldado Rogério do Breve do Guabada. Bota mini pra cantar. Bota mini pra cantar.
Robando corazón y todo el dinero. Me gustan los bandoleros. Blowing the bank, tíralo pa' cielo. Lo quiero entero.
When we just got off the bus there, I had to put the cameras down. Our guides told us we couldn't film, but we just saw some crazy stuff. Basically an open air drug market, just selling drugs out in the open, and dudes with full-on machine guns, like big, huge guns, kind of guarding the area, but no problems at all because we're with Guilherme and Piloto. And now we've just come to a local's home, and this is where we're going to have feijoada, the most famous and national dish of Brazil. But they just brought me up onto their rooftop. Look at this. This is like a $10 million view. This is incredible. The favela gets such a good view all the way up the mountain and then all the way down to the ocean. Just incredibly stunning view. Wow, wow, wow. This city is just mind-blowing. It's been a crazy day, guys. But let's go have some feijoada.
We are here at Mariana's kitchen. It's such an opportunity, so we can. We're going to have her feijoada, and we're going to see a little bit of the process of like making the feijoada, right? Feijoada is like the main Brazilian dish, right? And basically, in this pan, she's already taking all the salt of the meat, right? So she has to do this process several times to take the salt out of the meat.
So boils it down.
Boil it down, exactly. In Portuguese we call escaldando. Escaldando.
Just to kind of clean the meat.
Exactly.
Get rid of any weird flavor.
And to take the salt because it's very salty, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of meat is it?
All types of meat. Ear, tail, the ribs. Aqui tem rabo, orelha, costela.
It's pork or beef?
Bacon, linguiça.
Sausage. Jerk beef. The pork feet.
Costela,
So
pescoço.
we call the complete feijoada, right? The complete, even the troll, all the parts of the animal, right? And here she's just, you know, cutting the sausage to seasoning the black beans, right? So in Rio, we make the feijoada with the black beans, but in São Paulo they make with different type of beans, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so now she's slicing the sausage. Rio, we make the feijoada with the black beans. Olha. Pode mexer aqui, Mário, só para mostrar aqui. Minutos, Mário.
30 minutos, umas 2 ou 3 vezes para
Yeah,
tirar
usually
o
like
sal.
2-3 times she has to
Exato.
repeat this process, right? So now she's like washing the beans, right? Ela foi contratada. So she added the onions, fried the onions. Now she's grating the garlic. She's gonna add the sausage. Então depois de fritar a cebola e o alho, você vai fritar a
A
linguiça.
linguiça,
Yeah.
exato.
So she fried the onions, the garlic, and now she's gonna.
Bacon.
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 Invadimos aqui a cozinha da Andréia Feijoada.
Exato.
Colocou a cebola. E a Maria deixa bem, ela sabe jogar.
Mais uma aqui.
Depois de tempinho, o grande finale.
Repetir, com certeza. O negócio é pra ficar rosa, filho. Tá muito boa. Não,
So the onions, garlics go in with some bacon and sausage and sauteed for a little bit. And then the beans and all that meat she has prepared in a pressure cooker for a few hours ahead of time, which saves us a lot of time. Awesome. She just poured those in with the sauteed onions and the sausage bacon, and we're just gonna let that heat up, and then we've got our feijoada. All kinds of different cuts in there. Brazil's national dish, something you gotta try here whenever you're visiting. You got the AC down here, nice.
Yeah. So this is like a bedroom, huh?
Bedroom, bathroom. We're just taking a peek into their bedroom here. Nice and cool. Got the AC going. Watching some videos. Everybody's so friendly.
Yeah.
Really tight living quarters. Wow.
Yeah.
Very small.
Really small. Yeah. That's a nice house. Really nice.
Everybody in Rocinha seems to know each other. There's just locals stopping by every few minutes. Look at this kid. He is so cute. Hey, Miguel.
Miguel.
Miguel. Hi. I think he likes feijoada. He likes feijoada?
I think so.
Yeah?
Ó, feijoada.
Okay, it's time to eat. Who's that?
Miguel.
Who's that?
Mas o cara foi embora. Aí a gente fala ali, perdeu. Aí o somzinho vai.
Feijoada time. We are on the rooftop. Everybody's having a good time.
Yes.
Starting a little party.
Man, I'm excited. Usually foreigners, when they come to Brazil, they go to a restaurant to have the dish. And it's cool that we have from someone from the community.
It's always better home cooked.
I think so.
And I love the way that this is served. I was not expecting this at all. Served with slices of orange on the side.
Yes.
Collard greens.
Collard greens.
What is this one?
The toast cassava flour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've got the feijoada.
And the black beans.
Look at the color of that. It's like deep purple, big chunks of meat, everything in there. Throat. What did you say? There's bacon. There's sausage. Throat.
The nail.
Yeah, everything.
Yes.
All right, I gotta try my first bite.
Usually. Look at that.
Beautiful chunks of meat. Yeah, it's salty, so I'm guessing you want to chase it with the orange. Oh yeah. So this is like a really old school dish. Anytime you see like a stew with all these crazy cuts of meat, it's always like from way long time ago, a very traditional dish that people would just, use everything, and it still exists to this day. But you were telling me, people down in Copacabana, they might have their feijoada with just the prime cuts.
Exactly. You can still find, you go to some standard restaurants, you can still find the full feijoada, but it's being really rare, People are kind of like picky, I don't want to eat the ear, I don't want to eat the nose or the tongue.
But this is the real deal one.
Yeah, I believe like all these unknown parts of the pork, or what like people are not familiar with.
Yeah,
are the most delicious ones.
Yeah. And so this meat too is like preserved meat. So it's like salted and preserved. That's why she needed to boil it down a couple times. So like really, affordable, economical, filling. And like I don't know how many people we got here right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
more than 10 people.
13 people and a dog.
Yes. And very important, this type of dish in Rio, usually we serve on Friday or Saturday. So you can have the Sunday to rest. And in São Paulo, for example, they have every Wednesday and Saturday.
Okay.
Right? But usually here we have on the weekends.
So it's like a tradition. Have it on the weekends.
Exactly.
So you're having this once a week, at least.
No. I mean, people cook, but I don't eat once a week because it's heavy.
It is heavy.
No, it's heavy.
But honestly, the orange is really key because
it's really key.
It's salty and it's heavy and it's fatty, and then the orange kind of like lightens it up, gives it some kind of citrusy.
And I love also the combination of the toast cassava flour with the collard greens, I think, man, the only thing we're missing is the chili sauce, but it's okay. But usually
we got the view.
Yeah, but with the chili sauce, it really goes well. Don't take as a complaint.
No complaints, no complaints. Piloto's
plate,
look.
2 kilos of meat. Botou logo 2 quilinhos.
Tô de dieta.
Hã?
Tô de dieta.
2 quilinhos, piloto é padrão.
Não, botei pouco porque eu tô de dieta.
Olha lá, imagina se ele não tivesse de dieta. Irmão, a Mari arrebenta.
Some real deal Brazilian food. Since everything has completely changed colors to that dark bean color, you kind of don't know what piece of meat you're biting into, but I think I can tell that this looks like the whole nose. I'd say that's the pig's nose, right? Yeah, look at that. That's his nostril right there. Everything's kind of, similarly flavored, so you can just go in, take a bite of everything, and it's really good. It's really good, actually.
I just want to say, think about it. How many times in your life, maybe only one time in your life, that you have a chance to sit and eat a really authentic Brazilian food in the favela? This is like once in a lifetime experience that you should try, but not by yourself. You have to come with the expertise to guide you. And I have to be honest with you, Luke was telling me about the reputations and stuff, and for me, because like I didn't be in that kind of environment, so I'm a little bit nervous. But since we're here, everybody's so nice. They're so welcoming me and Luke. So now I'm just like, this is like a $1 million wheel right here with the food that you can't buy in the restaurant outside. Like, it's so nice. Everybody's so nice. Like, this is a good experience. Like, yeah.
And your favorite part?
My favorite part is Miguel. The big
Miguel.
baby.
Miguel.
Better than food.
Honestly, guys, today has been one of the most incredibly humbling and beautiful days. This is just a place that everybody should experience once in their lifetime. If you're visiting Rio de Janeiro, I highly recommend you to come and visit Rocinha with a guide. You gotta come with Guilherme, Rio for Fun. You'll meet Piloto, you'll come into the favela. You can even have some food like we had. You can meet the locals. They're so friendly, so talented. The food was delicious. This was really just such a heartwarming experience. I definitely recommend it. If you're visiting Rio de Janeiro, don't be too afraid, but just do the proper thing and come with a guide. So actually, Piloto is a rapper. I will show a little clip from one of his music videos, but I'm going to pretty much have to blur the entire screen. But he's going to give us a little live demonstration right now.
Cartão clonado, viagem pra Ibiza. Mano, o otário veio onde tu pisa.
Visão do certo, só puta na treta. Não se iluda com dinheiro e buceta. Ou visitará, Deus ou o capeta. Mina de amiga, caixão e vela preta. Sou marrento mesmo, foda-se a inveja. Humildade não é render pra comédia.
So that was Feijoada, the national dish of Brazil. This is Rocinha, and that was one of the craziest days ever. Signing off from the favelas here in Rio de Janeiro, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.